Hi, I'm Andrea Galbraith, mom of 3, health and wellness coach, exercise enthusiast, and transformation specialist, helping people become the best version of themselves. In a world where it seems like there's a new diet emerging every other day, one would think that we would be a much healthier group of people. We would be surrounded by people who are thin and full of energy and in great physical condition. Why is the opposite true then? I actually know the answer. It's because diets don't work. If I were to tell you right now, you need to go on a diet, how would you feel? What's the very first thing that pops in your mind? Probably restriction, bland, not having any fun, being hungry and miserable all the time. Well, I have good news for you. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to go on a diet. You just have to stop eating crap. Yes, it's that easy. Stop eating crappy food. If you want to feel good, if you want to lose weight, you don't go on a diet, you change your diet. And you eat foods that are good and clean and healthy, that will give you energy. And just by doing that, the weight will come off. So here's the interesting thing. I've been asking around, I've been asking people, do you know what eating clean is? And I have been surprised by the answers. People really don't know. So I'm going to break it down to you in very simple terms. So let's start with what is eating clean. The way I like to think about it is thinking about what you can get from a farm. Food in its most natural form. Food that has not been processed or is minimally processed. So, can you pick it off of a tree and eat it? Then it's probably good for you. Was it planted and grown? I'd say go for it. Did it at one time moo, gobble, cluck, swim, or squeal? That probably requires a little bit more explanation, but for argument's sake, we'll say yes. So let's talk about crappy food. What is it? Well, let's think. Did it come from a box? Does it have 18 ingredients, 17 of which you cannot even pronounce? Probably not good for you. Is the shelf life longer than yours? I'd put it back. Unless, of course, you're stocking up for the zombie apocalypse, then you might need to keep it. Did it at one time swim, but now it's been battered and fried in Crisco oil? My arteries clogged just saying that. I'm being a little facetious, but you understand. Crappy food isn't good for you. It doesn't fuel your body, it doesn't give you energy, and it actually causes a lot of damage over time. So now let's talk about how you're going to incorporate good, clean food into your diet. So I have decided to come to you from my kitchen because I figured there'd be no better place than my kitchen to show you examples of good, clean food. And what you see is actually a sample of the items that I almost always have in my pantry, in my refrigerator, or in my freezer. So let's start with the basic. Of course, there are 5 food groups. The primary food group would be the breads and grains and cereals. So I have some really yummy examples, foods that I always eat that I keep in my house. One of my favorites that I have almost every morning is Ezekiel bread. And Ezekiel bread is a low glycemic, sprouted whole grain bread. It means that it's flourless, it's really good for you, and in fact, it's a lot better than this. Your white bread. Don't eat it. There's no nutritional value. Toss it. And if you don't want to try the Ezekiel bread, or for some people, if they are actually switching from white bread to something like this, the transition can be a little bit shocking. So you might actually want to try a whole grain bread, and make sure that when you're choosing your whole grain bread, that you're choosing a bread that actually says whole grain instead of multi-grain, because a multi-grain bread does not necessarily mean that it's a whole grain. And a whole grain means it has been processed and it has most of its nutritional value. So there's an example of a good bread. And one thing to consider too when you're choosing is to look at the serving size. So serving size is really, really important. And on everything that you get, there is a nutrition label. And so it'll tell you your serving size is 1 slice. So in the morning, I have 2 slices of bread. On the days that I don't have that, I'll often go for my Golding Crunch. But I always try to choose cereals that are high in protein, in complex carbohydrates, because it keeps you fuller, longer, super yummy. Here's another example of something that you would find in the breads and cereals and grains group, and that is whole wheat, high protein pasta. It's a much better option than the non-whole grain pasta that you might get. It keeps you fuller longer, it's better for your blood sugar. Might as well do it. It's good. And quinoa. Oh, it's one of my new favorites. I've heard about it, I'm sure you've heard about it. It took me a while to get on the bandwagon until this lovely lady came to my house one day and brought the yummiest quinoa salad. So now I use it, and it's actually kid-friendly. I'll often change some of the ingredients, like pasta for quinoa, and my kids will eat it, and they love it. I'll make casseroles with this. It's really, really good. So those are probably... and then here's another one. One thing, because I'm a mother of 3, plus my nephew lives with me, and I take care of my grandfather, it's really important to me that I feed my kids in a way that's healthy, that's cost-effective, and fast, because I'm busy. And as much as I would love to sit there and chop up vegetables and cook things from scratch, it's not always possible. So I actually found some whole grain brown rice that you can just stick in the microwave and cook, and my family loves it, and it's really good. It's really good. Another really important food group, fruits and veggies. You should be getting 2 to 3 servings of fruit and between 3 and 4 servings of vegetables a day. Some of my favorite would be berries. When you're choosing your fruits and your vegetables, you want to choose fruits or vegetables that are rich in color, so dark green and red and blue, like blackberries or blueberries and raspberries. We love to eat them just like this. We'll just pop them in our mouth and eat them. I'll often put them in my shakes. Shakeology is my shake of choice. It's great. It's probably the healthiest meal of the day. I can get you more information on that at the end. We also usually buy, well, I almost always buy grapes, and we'll freeze them, and my kids will eat those, and that's a really yummy treat as well. So dairy, of course, milk and dairy products, that's one of the food groups, but I don't often get dairy just because some of us in this house are a little sensitive to dairy. So my option would be almond milk or almond coconut milk, which is really good. I use it in just about anything, including my cereal. And then as a nice little treat, I use dark chocolate almond milk. This is actually a really good drink to have after a workout. Google it. I'm telling you the truth, it's one of the best recovery drinks ever. Chocolate milk. And then of course, keeping things handy, which makes it easier, like carrots that you can just eat, get out of the fridge and eat, rinse it, it's good to go. Dipping that in hummus is fantastic. Oh, and then you have your lean proteins. Now, when you're choosing your lean protein, you want to choose cuts that have the word loin in them, because that just means that they are a leaner cut of meat, and leaner means less fat, so less of the artery clogging fat. So, I almost always have chicken breast or chicken tenderloins, and of course today, on the day of filming, I don't have any, but I did go to my freezer and I found, we eat pork in this house because it's good. So I always make sure that I have pork sirloin roast, and then even fish, which is really good. I have tilapia loins, very yummy. And actually, if you look at the serving size, it's 4 ounces, only 2 grams of fat. And they have it's heart healthy fat. And I now replace ground beef with ground turkey. And I make sure that it's the lean kind, and it came out of the freezer, so it's dripping water right now. 93% lean, 7% fat. I always find that it's best to buy it at stores like Costco, if you have a Costco, or Sam's. Get good deals on that stuff there, because that's important for me. And of course, the key to all of this yummy food is portion control, because too much of good things can still not be good. So I brought this out actually because we like to eat cheese in this house, and this is one serving of grated cheese. It's not a lot. That's what it is. There was a time in my life when I probably quadrupled that and put it on a bagel or something, but that's not good. Now, cheese is not necessarily bad for you, but it is higher in fat, so you want to make sure that you limit that. So the key to eating healthy is to try new things. If anyone would have told me that I would be eating quinoa, I would have thought they were crazy, because it just wasn't appealing to me at all. I grew up on white rice, white bread, and high-fat cuts of meat, and I was actually resistant to trying new things. But when I decided to get healthy because of my high blood pressure and being overweight and having several family members get ill because of illnesses related to the diet, I decided to change. And then I started trying all these things, and I got so excited because I found yummy things that are good for me and I enjoy. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, probably olive oil. I always keep olive oil. As you can see, I use it. It's a heart-healthy oil. I use it in my salads. I'll mix it with balsamic vinegar and pour that over, not pour it, I don't pour it over. I pour it on the side and I'll dip my salad in that, or my carrots if I feel like eating that. Invest in a good quality olive oil. That'd be good for you too. And I think that's it. So these are staples that I keep in my house. It might not be something that you want. Maybe you don't like raspberries or blueberries, and that's fine. The lesson is to go and try new things and start picking a few things that you can add to your daily diet. Oh, one more thing. Water. Water is essential to your health. I try to drink 1 gallon of water a day. There was a time where actually we did, and I still do, I'm not sure why I said there's a time, that I would just open this up and then drink right out of the gallon jug. But that's not always a good look. But I do carry a gallon with me all the time, and I will pour it in one of my water bottles, and that way I know exactly how much water I'm drinking. Rule of thumb, take your weight divided by 2, that's how much water you should be drinking, not including the water that you drink after you exercise, because that is just replenishing the water that you've lost from sweat. So yeah, I think that's it. I hope I was able to give you some good examples about good clean food, about managing your portions, reading the nutrition labels. Everything has nutrition labels, so you need to check, you need to see how much you should be eating and exactly what is in one of the servings. You'd be surprised that you may in fact be doubling or tripling your serving size, and in order to lose weight and or manage your weight, you have to be cautious of that. Thank you for watching this. Please leave any comments at the bottom of this video. Any questions, I would be happy to answer, and you can find me here on Facebook, and the rest of my contact information will be at the end of this video. I hope you have a healthy day, and stay tuned for my next video about how to get more exercise in your day. Have a healthy day!